stepping down here. But they didn't know that.
We've got Angela on mic 6.
Hi, I was wondering what it was like working with Joss Whedon, and if you see any of the cast anymore from Buffy.
Joss is an interesting guy. See, the problem is, I was endangering Joss's theme. In Joss's world for Buffy, vampires were supposed to be ugly and very quickly dead. Because they stood in for all the problems that a person faces in adolescence. And he got talked into one pretty boy vampire called Angel by his writing partner. And then Angel just took out like a rocket. And he was willing to deal with one. But I wasn't supposed to, you guys weren't supposed to think I was sexy. That was not the point at all. I was supposed to be like this dog character that was going to be killed by Angel. And then the fans started like, oh my God, like, you guys like me. And so, this is the second day on the set. My first day was the stalking scene when I was stalking Buffy in the club, right? The second day, he comes up to me right in my face and goes, "You damn actors with your pretty faces and your perfect hair, you get all the tail, and we writers, we get nothing." Right? And me, I was on the run from the federal government for cheating on my taxes, right? So all I'm thinking is I just got to hold this job so I don't go to jail, right? And I say, well, dude, I'm standing in the makeup that I didn't put on myself, and the hair that you okayed, the coat that you picked out. I'm standing on a $250,000 set that you built for me. If I look cool, isn't it your fault? And he goes, yeah, but you have those cheekbones. I go, yeah, but boss, you have that brain. And he goes, yeah, but you'll be late all your life in this role. And I was like, whatever, but you want to trade? And he stalked off. And it took a long time for he and I to become friends. And we finally did. And I'm thankful for that. But he is not he expresses himself honestly. As far as meeting other cast members, I see them at conventions and stuff. See Tony Head quite a bit. Nicholas Brandon. Yeah, and they're all doing really well. Yeah.
So we have Caroline on mic 5.
Wave your arms furiously. Hello.
Hi, James, you're beautiful.
Why, you are so good.
Thank you. My husband and I watch a lot of shows that you've been in. I watched Buffy when I was younger. We've watched Torchwood. We've seen Supernatural, which we love. And I was just wondering what it was like being on such a variety of fantastic shows, and specifically what it was like being on Supernatural, because it seems like they have a blast off camera, so I was wondering what that was like.
They really do. They have almost too much fun. Like, those guys have been around long enough to know, like, you can't waste time on television. There's never enough time to get the pages. So you can't do anything that actually holds a role, but they go right up to that line. Right up to it. Like, I was doing a close-up, and one of the guys was just like making this hand gesture as if he was about to grab my junk, like just messing with me. Just we're just having fun. They're fabulous, and it's a real fan-friendly set. Frankly, there was a lot of fans that were gathering around, and they would go out and sign autographs, and I had a blast. My favorite part, though, was getting to know Charisma Carpenter, actually. I never really talked to her before because her character always ran away from me. So she was always, her chair was on the other side of the set all the time. And she's such a good actor that I thought that she was like her character, Cordelia. And so I was always like, oh, Charisma, I'm not going to talk to her. But we finally talked, and we basically talked about our kids. She's a sweetheart. She's a really fabulous person. I had a really good time. But yeah, I've been really lucky. I've been part of a lot of good shows. And that's just fate, frankly. Yeah.
So we have Aaron on the floor, mic 2.
Over here!
there, James.
Hey, brother.
My question for you is this. Angelus and Spike locked in a cage, MMA style, no disqualifications. How does Spike come up on top?
How? I had some years on the street, and I've noticed that anyone who connects first, whoever hits first basically wins if they connect, you know? So the person without any morals usually holds the high ground in a street fight. So if there's no rules, then probably Spike will win because Angel always feels bad about stuff. But I don't know, if I didn't connect, man, he's got a nice right, you know? Never know.
So mid-floor, we have Jody on mic 6.
Hey, baby.
I was wondering, in Buffy, you have blonde hair, but now you have brown hair. So is it your real hair or was it your fake hair?
I had bone white hair when I was a child, and then it went brown. And this is my real hair. And they wanted me to be punk rock. I was supposed to be the Sid Vicious of the vampire set. So, because I was supposed to only be 5 episodes, they didn't want to do anything permanent to me, so they tried to spray my hair black, but that looked really bad. So they said, well, do you mind if we bleach it white? And I was like, anything to keep me out of jail, yes. Had I known that it was going to go 7 years, we might have done something different, honestly. That hurt. It really did. A lot of times when I was in close-up, they would have to cut the camera because either pus or blood would just run right down my face. I was being paid really well, it's okay. But it really got interesting on fight days, frankly, when we'd be thrashing around, your head would bump somewhere and something would pop. Yeah, it was not good. Or comb my hair like chunks of scalp. Glamorous, guys. It's a glamorous industry. It's all glamour. Good question.
So left at the boards on mic 5, we have Rod.
Hi, it's Brad. That's okay. A little more obscure. You are Harry Dresden, and you've done a bunch of narration. And I just wanted to know: are you? Please tell me yes. Are you going to be narrating Cold Days?
Yes. Yes, if I had to cut my arms off. They wanted me, for Deadbeat, and I was busy, and they said they'd wait, and then they called me after I wasn't busy, and I was busy again, and they said, dude, we have to go, we have a deadline, and they went ahead. I think both sides are willing to work harder to make it work now. I just hate the fact that somebody else got a hold of that book, because frankly it was one of my favorite ones. But yes, definitely. I will definitely be reading the next one. Also, coming out quick is a book called Vampire Empire. It's a steampunk vampire book that was on the New York Times bestseller list before we recorded it. And that's a 2 or 3 book series, and I love it. So look for that too.
So we have Jasmine, mic 2, just partway down the back there.
Hello, thank you.
Hi, I am a huge fan, but I actually started being a fan with your relationship with Spike and Drusilla. I really liked that relationship with the 2 evil characters, but you have this really humanity side, and then you went and killed her. And I was wondering how you felt about that, when they killed off that relationship and kind of threw you with Buffy instead.
Yeah. Those are my favorite days. My favorite days were with Juliet. In fact, I thought that part of Spike's character, the really nasty part of Spike, really couldn't come out unless Juliet Landau was on the set with me. She's one of the most fearless actors I've ever met in my life. And Here's a good one. If you go back and watch the early episodes with she and I, we are pretending to do very nasty things to each other just below frame. We would come on Wednesday morning and go, "Oh my God, they used that shot! I can't believe we got away with it again." Because we were supposed to be punk rock, so we're like, "Man, just give it to the man. Just give it to the man." Yeah, she's really naughty. In the best way. We didn't really do those things. It wasn't that method, but we were pretending.
Cynthia on the left